Hello everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Today we're discussing Alien Earth, Metamorphosis, directed by Daniel Gonzalez. The team returns home with unexpected cargo. An unsettling experiment occurs, and a new talent is discovered. Alright folks, here we are back again, episode 3, Metamorphosis. From the offset, I'm going to now start speaking with spoilers because if you're coming in now at the third episode, I'm guessing you're caught up and we're moving forward at the same pace. I was a bit cagey with the first two because they were just released. Didn't want to spoil it for anybody who was just looking for a general view. But if you know this channel, we don't do that here. We talk about things in detail. Anyway, so the end scene of episode 2, we saw the xenomorph grab Joe, jump off the edge of the building, and everyone just did the dramatic stare. This is where, God, I'm annoyed because the first episode I enjoyed. It was a good setup. There's a pretty good series in here, but they're getting in their own way. And you can just see the pattern of most TV shows. You can see Snowpiercer. You can see all the CW stuff, you know, where there's loads of exposition and talking in corridors and stuff and filling in time. I think making these episodes nearly an hour long was a mistake. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they've not enough plot here. And it's really starting to show, like 3 episodes in now and the wheels are starting to fall off, if I'm honest. But we see the xenomorph grab Joe. This is twice now. It's just looked at him and not bothered, just ripping him apart straight away. Yet it's done that with everything else it's met. Very odd. But also, Wendy just stops and stares and then runs down the stairs to try and catch him. Now, we've seen Wendy jump off like a huge, humongous cliff. And in my last review, that's a bit with a ropey CGI or just a bit off. But still, she can leap great distances and stuff and she's confident doing it. So why didn't she just jump after the xenomorph with Joe? It doesn't make sense. I suppose we'll have to pad out time. That's what I'm talking about here. So she's running through corridors and chasing and eating up time, I suppose, in the episode. That's the best way to describe it. There's a lot of filler in this, which is just why? How have you managed to write yourselves into a corner at this point? 3 episodes into a friggin' TV show and you've run out of ideas? You can't really do a full episode? Anyway, I hope there aren't too many of these. If this is longer than 8 episodes, God, it's going to be a slog. I can see that already. This is going to be hard work to cover this, but I've started now, so I'm going to have to bloody finish something. Needless to say, she does that. It turns out the xenomorph brings Joe to a meat freezer trailer to conveniently bind him up, you know, saliva him up against the wall as bait for her. And then we'll have this stupid contrived scene where it actually is waiting at the doors. You know, it's an Arctic truck, so there's only one way in, one way out. It's standing at the doors, and then it decides to do a really contrived, oh, I know, I'll just stop and jump on the roof and go do 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 and all that shit, so she can stab it so we know it's got acid blood. God, yeah, I'm not impressed anymore. I just see how stop and start this is. So meanwhile, while that's happening, we get this weird friggin' scene. Swiftly is standing just around the xenomorph eggs and he's looking at them as if he's never seen an egg before or can't figure out that something's egg shaped and maybe shouldn't be poking at. He's just looking at that strange expression on his face. He's almost like a caricature, not a character, the way he's being played. He's the most annoying character out of this and it looks like they're going to focus more on him for this whole show. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. The dialogue between Swiftly and Smee is getting painful now. I think the massive mistake they made here was still having these synthetics as children. I get the idea, plant children in the adult's body, let the minds grow up, but for this show, they should have been young adults. The trope of them being children inside adults' bodies has worn thin very quickly, and the dialogue is fucking annoying. It really is, and it's just getting stupid now. And the faces they're pulling, like the actors here are... Kids don't look like that. Honestly, it's like the kids are all a bit simple. Like they really are hamming it up. It's just stupid now. It's not even being respectful to kids. I don't even like kids, but oh my god, it's just, what are they doing? But needless to say, we've got all this crap going on, and then we'll have Morrow turn up again, and he starts talking to Smee and Swiftly and borderline threatening them, and they're acting like retarded kids. You know, it's not even kids. It's like there's something not right there with them, the way it's going on, and yeah, he pulls out he's going to use this stupid knife thing every scene now to show that he's a cyborg, just in case you forget. But anyway, he stops to upload the data from Yutani. So he's completely incapacitated, and you can actually hear that 74%, 80%. Those two could have just walked away at this point, just went, right, see ya, and got help. But they're standing there like fucking muppets while he's going blah, 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 blah. There's just too much busy work and exposition. That's what we're getting here. Instead of like a CW show where they're talking about feelings and corridors, we're getting people standing grandiosing at each other and just spouting a load of shit just to fill up time, and it's getting annoying now. Fuck, to think I started off optimistic about this show. God, was I wrong? Anyway, things go on and Kirsch shows up. And Kirsch should have just shot Morrow on the spot. End of story. Like, he knows what he's protecting. It's supposed to be a secret, blah, blah, blah. And these are, like, autocratic corporations with no compunction about wasting human life. So, Morrow should have just been shot. End off. But no, they stand and give exposition. And then Morrow jumps out the same hole that the Xenomorph did. And then everyone just stops and looks. And, oh, he disappeared. Fuck this show. I really hope there's only like 5 episodes more of this, or even better if it was only like 6 episodes, that'd be perfect, because I'm committed now, aren't I? Right, so that happens. One thing I'll say is, I thought the whole thing was going to be about the ship rescue, and I'm going to maybe pad out half the series with it, but they wrap up the ship rescue and they go back to base, so that's something, I suppose. Wendy kills the Xenomorph and gets knocked out in the process. There's this weird thing where the door comes down. Joe... he's annoying me now. I would get him being a combat medic, and I can get him encountering something new and maybe being intimidated by the Xenomorph. And maybe that's my bias with playing the role-playing game, because there is the mechanic with the stress mechanics of encountering the Xenomorph that you freeze in fear. So maybe I've got that in the back of my head, hence why I was so forgiving of the second episode. But now he's just a dumb twat. And then what they did is to save money in CGI, they closed the door and then you just saw bang, bang, bash, bash, behind the scenes. But anyway, Wendy takes care of the Xenomorph but gets knocked out in the process. Joe gets injured as well. He gets the tail spiked through him, but he's able to do a lot of stuff before he finally collapses, because you can just walk that off for a bit and then remember that you've been injured. Yeah, and then everyone's back to base. It doesn't get any less stupid, that's a problem. So there's the idea of, they've got the specimens from Yutani. Prodigy has it, so that's fair enough. They've swiped it, bit of corporate espionage, no problem. But then there's something with the Xenomorph eggs open, and then, what do you call that idiot? Boy Cavalier comes in. No mask, no biohazard suit, nothing. Like, they're dealing with alien specimens. Biohazard material, and he's just walking in his hippie gear. Fuck, just fucking painful, honestly. I forgave him sending the kids, if that makes sense, the synthetic kids, on a whim and a calculated risk. But now, the way he's acting, it's just... I've lost it now. He's just become a character again. It was annoying because I could have seen where they were going. I could see the sort of absent-minded professor, the sort of misunderstood genius. But now they've just, they've not bothered about it now. He's just stupid now and just walking in, no protocols, nothing. Like, they're a tech company, but now they do bioengineering as well, just on the side. Yeah, because that's the way it works. But you got a Xenomorph egg out in the open just so they can go, ew, it goes for humans, not synthetics. Fucking hell, if you're anyway familiar with the Alien franchise, you know that. Like, that doesn't need to be spelled out. And I've already done it anyway with Swiftly not reacting. They did it with Morrow because he's a cyborg, so the human parts just saw the eggs quivering, so we didn't need to fucking repeat it again. And then the dumb childish language with the Lost Boys. It's old now, it's boring, it's shit. Morrow's now in the city. He gets a phone and he calls in the Yutani, which is also odd because surely enough he'd know how many years has passed and stuff. And then he's like, I need to speak to Yutani. Now, is he in first name terms? Because when in Yutani, so obviously Yutani's the surname. So Miss Yutani, Mrs. Yutani, Yutani-sama, using honorific when you're talking to like the CEO and he's on the payroll. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Just, I need to speak to Yutani. Yeah, it's been 60 years. I'm her granddaughter, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. It's just painful now. It's just getting stupid. And then he decides he's going to go rogue. No, I'm not coming in. I'm going to go get the specimens back because I'm in whole life now. He's got a head full of data that he needs to get rid of. Or he's going to risk losing it if he fails. So why not go in first, get the data downloaded, achieve part of the mission, and then have a bit with the, okay, we're going to send you back. Here's a chance to redeem yourself. Something like that. Fuck's sake. It's all bullshit fucking exposition just to keep Morrow in the game. Sure, they could do it a better way. I don't know, man. Honestly. I'm at the stage now, I'm just like, fucking don't care anymore. I can just see where this series is going now, and I'm like, they're out of ideas. They're going to rely on the visuals of experimenting with the specimens, and then they're going to fill the rest with exposition and shite. They save Joe, they take his lung out, and they're going to use his lung to impregnate with Xenomorph. There's a good scene though with the synthetics, so basically only synthetics can enter the lab where the specimens are. Makes sense, doesn't it? If you've got an advantage, use it. So when they're actually cracking open the xenomorph egg and they're extracting the face hugger and then subduing it, it was a cool scene. I don't know why they needed to take Joe's lung specifically. Couldn't have used something else and had him as a bargaining chip to keep Wendy under control. Also, they're now trying to girl boss Wendy, which is really fucking annoying because Wendy's character was introduced very well, actually, and they made her a grounded character, and they made her character make sense. Now they're girl bossing her. So she's specially connected to the xenomorphs for reasons. She's on some frequency with them and she feels their pain. I'm alright done with this. I'm fucking done with this. She gets up from getting repaired. Her care doctor person sleeping beside her doesn't wake. The alarm when the process is complete and changes colour doesn't wake anybody. We now know they have cameras installed in their eyeballs. That doesn't record anything. There's no alarms go off. Like if you were in a normal 21st century hospital and you were attached to a heart monitor and you unplugged it would go beep and an alarm would sound. No, nothing's being monitored. Nah, no warnings, nothing. This super secure site with top secret stuff. No security, no oversight. Wendy can just walk through. She can just walk herself into the lab, so there's no segregation or security between the different parts. So if you're carrying out the gnarly experiments, you want to keep that separate? Nah. Everyone's just one big happy family. Also, why they got all the fucking specimens in one room? Like in the ship? Did they not understand what happened in the ship? So why aren't they all like separated on their own levels and super secure? Reasons? Yeah, that's it. She has her collapsing because she feels the pain and too much for her, and then we'll have this exposition, and yeah, they're obviously going to grow a new xenomorph using Joe's broken lung, because why not? See if Alien Resurrection's done a better job. I'm just waiting for Brad Dourif to turn up. But so basically what they're saying is they've got better techniques now than they do like 100 years in the future with Alien Resurrection, and better containment. And Weyland-Yutani hasn't figured out. Also, this is fucking going to overwrite. This is going to overwrite the original Alien. Because they knew there was a new species, but didn't know anything about it, what it was. Go find it and collect specimens. So now they're saying, yeah, that they knew about this all the time. So why the fuck did they send a Nostromo? Why didn't they just send a specific team equipped for the job of synthetics? The Ash models? The bunch of Ash models turn up and secure the specimens? Fucking retarded. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's my review. That's it. This is going to be shit. Get ready. This is going to be a long journey as I finish this, because I've started now. There you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the typical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.